And now, the thrilling conclusion to the endless, tireless sport of let's sit around doing nothing. Wait, no, this is actually Let's Play Mega Man 4, and this is the Mississippi King welcoming y'all back to more, Let's Play Mega Man 4. This is like the part 3, and in this episode, we're going to bring that deranged Russian scientist, Dr. Cossack, to justice. And, well, that's gonna be good. And we know what we're doing. Or, you know that could happen. It could also die! Man, and I just got done saying how I was the arm-on flight of video game difficulty. This is not helping my case that I'm not. I died to something simple like that. But yeah, that was Rush Jet in action. You fly in a straight path, and you can steer it, you can slowly steer it up or down. But you can't change directions. The only way to do that is to get to a platform and, like, cancel it. One thing I feel I should mention is that the music that's playing right now, I'll admit while I don't think it's as good as anything in, like, Mega Man 2 or 3, well, I don't want to say anything, but nevertheless, I wouldn't say it's in there with the great tracks of the series or anything like that. But, I mean, I enjoy it. Originally, I didn't much care for it, but I mean, it's grown on me. You know how it is. In the last episode, we actually managed to get through Cossack Stage 1, and in this episode, we're going to finish off the Cossack Castle. Yeah, look forward to that. Actually, as I've said in the last episode, Cossack Castle is a breeze. I mean, I know I keep saying I'm the arm-on flight of video game difficulty, but I don't think I'll have too much problems with the rest of the stage of Cossack Castle. But then again, I mean, I am supposedly the arm-on flight of video game difficulty, so I wouldn't trust it. Nevertheless, these stages are pretty enjoyable, and one thing I feel I should mention, Mega Man 4 actually standardized the design of the menus, because, like, before that, they all looked like these simple things where you could still see what was going on, and the layout was kind of inconsistent among the previous 3 games. But in this game, it's basically standardized, and the general look, while the exact colors or even arrangements aren't necessarily exact across the remaining games, they are pretty consistent. Even in Mega Man 7 and 8, which aren't 8-bit games, they keep the same general design for the weapon selection screen. So, there are some things that Mega Man 4 standardized that I really don't think this game gets enough credit for. And, of course, they also pioneered multiple routes and being able to find certain upgrades or adapters or power-ups or whatever. And all of the things I mentioned are pretty rudimentary in Mega Man 4, but they're refined in future games. This boss, by the way, is called the Square Machine, and as the info card will say, it's weak to the Dust Crusher. you want to watch out for its large cannon though, and what you want to do is to like jump inside of it when it slows down and like starts looking like it's about to connect, because that's when you can fire at the large thing, the large eyeball. Now, have you ever had a boss that just sort of felt right, where it felt like it was just so designed that it just felt natural, like this is how it should feel? Well, that's kind of how I feel about this boss. It's just sort of feels really nice. I mean, it's a piece of cake, but nevertheless, it is still fun. And this boss should go down pretty easily. If the shutters push you to the edge of the screen and you don't slide under it, it actually damages you. And the next level is definitely gonna be something really interesting. It's something we haven't really seen yet as of this game. Well, I mean, maybe the Game Gear games have it, but I don't know. It's possible. I'm not saying that I know for sure that this is a first. Well, what is it that is? Like, it's an auto-scroller. Yep, this is a first for the Mega Man series. And aside from some select sections in, what was it, Mega Man 8? This is actually like the first time they have like an auto-scroller. Like, as I've said, there are some sections of that in Mega Man 8, but apart from that, the rest of the series is completely devoid of these levels, so that's one thing this game did not standardize. It's pretty easy. Still, it's interesting that this game actually introduced an auto-scroller. And as I've said, maybe the Game Gear games also included, but I haven't really played the Game Gear games, so I wouldn't know about that. And actually, this stage contains one of the parts in which I find the skull barrier to actually be useful. I mean, it's kind of situational, but for what it's worth, I do find it to be fairly useful. I do typically use it in this stage, and you can actually use it to block these incoming enemies. It can come in handy, but as for the rest of the game, I'm not really going to be using the skull barrier much. But yeah, this stage is actually pretty short. I don't think any of the Cossack stages in Mega Man 4 are as short as the Dr. Wily stages in Mega Man 3. Basically, the skull barrier blocks one shot and one shot only. And you can't throw it, I don't believe, like you could with the leaf shield. Also, these platforms, if you hop a bunch, they'll actually slowly rise. Also, here's an interesting E-tank. How do you get it? Well, you actually use the balloon adapter to get it. You actually use it to raise you so you can slide to get it. I don't know why I'm getting all these energy tanks, it's not like I'm gonna need them. But yeah, now we've reached the boss, the Cockroach Twin, and I find the Pharaoh Shot to be by far the most effective weapon against them. You don't use that much energy, and just the fact that, like, you can get in one hit without having actually fired it, that's pretty useful. And of course, you can fire it in, like, all directions but up and down. That's pretty useful against them. one thing I feel I should say is that, like, again, this game isn't as, it's not, I think it's really underrated. I mean, I'm not that much of a fan of the term underrated because it implies that people, like, dislike, are wrong for disliking something, which, you know, isn't really the case, because it is an opinion. You know, that's like your opinion, man. But in all seriousness, the opinions of the majority of Mega Man fans is that this game is where the series went stale, and I strongly disagree with that. Like, with Mega Man 5, I can understand that the weapons in Mega Man 5 are just... And I know I keep harping on Mega Man 5. It's maybe that's kind of unfair. I mean, it's like, to be fair to it, the music is nice, and some of the level design is pretty inventive and creative, and that's something that I definitely enjoy. So I do like that about Mega Man 5, and that is a legitimate positive, but, you know, I just don't think it holds up as much. This isn't Mega Man 5. I shouldn't be giving out my opinions on Mega Man 5 in this game. Let's enjoy the greatness of Mega Man while it lasts. Because, you know, I think this is the last truly great Mega Man game for the NES. Also, the track for this level is either my favorite or my second favorite track in the entire game. It's that good, and it always has been. I just don't think this game gets as much credit as it deserves. But anyway... Time Paradox! What if we went the other way instead? Wait a minute. What am I doing? That's the wrong way. I went that way last time. No, this is the way I wanted to go. So let's actually head this way, and we can actually make use of some of the weapons we have. You'll want to watch your step here, so it's kind of more treacherous. But, as for which path I prefer, I usually take the lower path, but it's not a huge deal. The upper path rewards you with an extra life, so that can be useful. But, as I was saying, I just strongly disagree with, like, people that think that this game just didn't, that, like, it's where the series got stale. Like, that's kind of the opinion that Johnny has from Some Call Me Johnny. And, like, as much as I love your content, man, I'm subscribed to his channel, I'll make no bones about it, I love his stuff, but I just don't agree with him when it comes to Mega Man 4. I don't think he's right, and I love his videos on the Mega Man series, so it's not like I just, like, disagree with him, like, it's not like that prevents me from enjoying his content. I just don't agree, man. Also, one thing I should have mentioned earlier is the title card for the Cockroach Twins. Well, the Mega Man Legacy Collection doesn't actually say that Dr. Cossack modified it. It actually says something else in addition to that, but that's kind of a spoiler, so I'm omitting it. Just because I mean, it's not that much of a spoiler, but you know how it is. Someone's gonna accuse me of spoiling it if I include it. This boss, by the way, is called the Cossack Catcher. It must be the final boss, so now we're finally facing off against Dr. Cossack. It's weak to the Dust Crusher, or at least that seems to be the most effective weapon. I can also just die to an incredibly easy boss. Seriously, I'm not gonna say it. Y'all know what I'm gonna say, but I'm not. I mean, it's true. I really am you-know-who of, well, video game difficulty. But yeah, I'll actually explain what the info card for the cockroach twin would have said when if it went to split, like if what the thing actually said in the info in the Mega Man Legacy collection. But yeah, it's a pretty easy fight, but if we keep going, we'll eventually defeat him. Seriously, anybody want to tell me the weapons are useless? Come at me, Internet! And, well, there's Proto Man. Blink and you miss it. Like, seriously. He's in this game for like a split second. Wait, what? Dr. Wily was behind it all this time? Who would have thought? Yep, that's Dr. Wily. And, yeah, the cockroach twin info actually would have said Dr. Wily and Dr. Cossack modified it. But I didn't want to include that because it would kind of spoil the incredibly obvious twist that everyone knows about, and it's barely a spoiler at this point. But yeah, now we actually have to complete a different castle, Wily Castle, and once again the music has grown on me. But I think that's all for this episode, so this is the Mississippi King, signing out, and in the next episode we'll finish off the Dr. Wily once and for all. So see y'all then.